Chess. Chess, ladies and gentlemen. Man from Manila versus Richard R. Delacruz. R. Delacruz. Richard R. Delacruz. Here, ladies and gentlemen, it's the London system. Biggity Bishop already ready to defend this assault that's coming from Biggity Richard Delacruz. He brings the action when it comes to chess, pushing that queen right riggedy back, and now the knight's gonna be developed. No space for man from Manila, in a bunch of trouble here. Richard R. Delacruz, 2 minutes and 47 seconds on the clock. Biggity blitz style from Filipina Chess Arena. Filipina Chess Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and giggly girls, ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and giggly girls. Here comes the bishop pushed on back. He's no place to run. Man from Manila in quite a bit of trouble here, ladies and gentlemen. Not a lot he could do against a very aggressive style of Richard R. Delacruz. Just putting his pieces really right on out there with that super diggity duper middle style assault. Just a line of peons. Indefendable defense here. Actually defendable, very defendable defense. But Black taking a nap here. He's got 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Man from Manila gonna pull a little ahead, and with such short range on the clock, I think our hero Man from Manila is playing the long game. All right, 1 minute 48 seconds. That was a whole miggity minute for Richard R. Delacruz. Man from Manila biding his time. He spent more time than any other piggity player alive. Man from Manila got 68 years old. Ernie Biggity Baltazar. They got a tournament named after his Biggity birthday, ladies and jiggly. So if you see that tournament, he's still alive, hopefully. Warcraft Tiggly 2. No, this is chess. Blitz style. Man from Manila gonna be taking the sacrifice play. What's his riggedy rook gonna do, ladies and gentlemen? Not gonna be scared. He's gonna have a Mexican showdown with this biggity bishop. Push that biggity bishop right on back to the pre-planned position. Wowzers, Richard R. Delacruz on fire. But Man from Manila with the aggressive style of piggity play. 1 minute 28 seconds on the clickety clock here from our heroic hero, Richard R. Delacruz versus Miggity Man from Manila. The game winding down, the exchange just fine. Why doesn't that biggity bishop take that riggedy rook? He forgot. Forgot about me down the bishop. No, not likely. He's gonna be taking that rook, maybe going for the castle though. Check. No, not check actually. The horse gonna biggity move on up, and here comes the queen. Wowzers, holy cowzers! That riggedy rook no longer biggity protected, not in the least. Well, no, it does, because the riggedy rook and the queen. But will the queen go for the check? Who knows? Richard R. Delacruz versus Miggity Man from Manila. Biggity biding his time. Easy peasy. Got that super diggity duper awesome army. Love just hanging on Biggity back. Suffering the attack from his opponent. His opponent Delacruz needs to Miggity make a move. No, it's Miggity Man from Miggity Manila's turn, isn't it? Yes, indeed it is. He takes that horse, jumps on over, and lands on that Biggity Bishop, and that's gonna take the teeth out of the attack of Richard Diggity Delacruz. And here we see, ladies and jiggly, will that king go for the check? No, he's gonna go to try to pin this horse in place, and that check was inevitable. Nope, gonna sacrifice the horse. Gets foiled by the queen. She jumps all over the board and now has to riggedy run away from that riggedy rook. Ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and giggly girls, ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and girls. Will he take the queen exchange? No, he's gonna begin to diggity dance around like it's a hold down. Miggity Man from Miggity Manila, Richard R. Delacruz. 1 minute on the clickety clock, but less than a minute for Man from Manila. Holy cannoli. He was biding his time a little too much. Maybe took a nap in between. We'll see Miggity Man from Manila running out of energy. 45 seconds versus 49 seconds on the clock. Richard R. delacruz under assault, but here comes the exchange. That horse just jumping around, and there's the chicky check from our heroic hero, Miggity Man from Manila, Ernie Biggity Baltazar. Despite the protection of that pawn, gonna have to run on off, and here's the end of the game, the exciting culmination, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the triple on, diggity down on that. Wowzers, that pawn, that queen's gonna have to jump around to try to get there. It's the queen exchange from our heroic players. Wowzers, man from Manila pushing on up with his final peon, making it towards the eighth row of the Wowzers column. D column, here it is. He started the game. He's trying to finish the game by making the queen. Chicky touchdown play. Miggity 36 seconds to 27 seconds. Who's gonna win in this exciting culmination of this chicky chess biggity blitz style? Here comes the rook. He's moving on up, and he's gonna double on down that rook, and now it's a stalemate. But as both players look to gain some advantage, the riggedy rook and the miggity move on over and sacrifice. Holy cannoli! 10 seconds. 19. Here's a chicky check. Wowzers, man from Manila pushing up with the last remaining pawn, but he's got a riggedy rook behind him. Richard delacruz trying to take a kingside assault, and here comes Biggity Man from Manila with the response in 12 seconds. For 5 seconds on the clock. The excitement very palpable. I told me how to say that. Wiki palpable excitement. Wowzers is oozing off the walls. Holy cannoli, who's gonna win this? Chicky chess blitz style. Ernie Biggity Baltazar bringing us the check action. 5 seconds versus 7 seconds on the clock. Somebody had to win. Who won? Who knows? Chicky. I think Richard delacruz maybe. No, Miggity Man from Manila's got 5 seconds. Is that the end of the game? OMG, I guess it is. Chicky check.